Welcome to the Jazz Zone. Allow the Jazz Zone to make your next event enjoyable and entertaining. The Jazz Zone is great for private parties, weddings, festivals, fundraisers, grand openings, and corporate affairs. Move up to the next level of entertaining with the Jazz Zone. Check out our website at jazzzone.net. That's JAZZZONE.net. Or call the Jazz Zone at 626-798-6848.
Well, I have to say welcome to the Groove Yard. Yeah, I don't know what time zone you're in, but you are now with us in the Jazz Zone. My name is Roscoe Owens. I am your host in the Groove Yard. And we have with us none other than one of our outstanding musical directors, Mr. Stephen Foster. And this is going to be a great interview. But let me let you know a few things about Mr. Stephen Foster. He has been an invaluable leader and a member of the Jazz Zone Network as a drummer, as well as an outstanding musical director, leading the way to our current success. We have continued to rely on the skill, strength, and musicianship as a leader. Mr. Stephen Foster's wealth of experience and expertise has clearly assisted the Jazz Zone connecting to our current opportunities. As a supportive sideman and or as leader, playing jazz, Latin, R&B, blues, fusion, smooth and bebop jazz. Stephen Foster, with years of professional musicianship, has worked with and recorded with artists like James Ingram, Gerald Albright, Roy Ayers, a whole bunch more, but I'm going to stop right there because now he is an integral part of the Jazz Zone. Good morning, Stephen Foster. How you doing, sir?
Good morning. You know, it's kind of interesting talking to you like this, but it's great to be in the zone, talking with you, and having my morning coffee.
There you go. I'm having mine too. So,
okay.
You know, we're blessed.
Okay.
So the first thing I really want to say is start to thank you for the opportunity to have met you way back when. We've in the Jazz Zone we have had after my dad, the drummer Jimmy Owens, we had none other than Mr. excuse me, Bob Lacefield, saxophonist, who was our musical director as we moved into the Jazz Zone. Then we had Don Bell, who moved in as the next aspect of where we were going, because Bob Lacefield joined the other members of the band in the next episode of Life, which is unseen but beautiful. And then as we continued to go, I met Stephen Foster through a great friend, Ed Wing, and here we go years and years later. And so I want to start with talking about our hits in, I'm going to go to Brentwood.
Yeah.
We were doing in Brentwood. You coordinated several musicians. Let's talk about what you did in terms of bringing musicians together and how that happened to be.
Well, you know, it's just one thing. Los Angeles, of course, it's Los Angeles, it's Atlanta, Chicago, and New York. You know, not in that order, but all those were musicians, great musicians, come, and that's why you got to live in one of those cities at least, or Chicago. But there's certain cities that are known for jazz. And so in LA, of course, is the place. And I was fortunate enough to be directed out here. I was getting ready to move to New York, and a great drummer, Dennis Davis, who was with Stevie Wonder. So he was going to hook me up. and he was living. He's a New York musician, and sad to say he's gone now too. But Dennis Davis said, "Hey, well, I'm ready to move to California." So in a week's time, I said, "Well, don't make me no difference. I'm moving to New York, but I'll just go to California instead." And so when I came out here, Ed Wing, as you mentioned, was one of the first musicians that I met. I met a lot, couple of your dad and Cal Green, and let me see, so it was quite a few musicians that I met.
Yeah.
And Ed Wing was one, and they had a very nice group, and so as meeting musicians, and then that's how I came to meet you, and here we are. And so Brentwood and places like that, you started, well, hey, I remember, what was it, the Jazz Festival, Playboy Jazz Festival.
Yeah, Playboy, Old Pasadena Jazz Festival.
Yeah, you were doing that. And I didn't meet you then, but, you were doing that. So it just was a natural connection when we finally did cross each other. And you had jobs and was booking the festivals. And so it was my, as musical director, you were giving me the thing to pick from the musicians that I knew. And so that's how we came to start working together. And you would tell me what the venue was, and we would put something together that would please them.
Okay. Yes, and you always said our audience is the most important.
Yeah.
So we play all types of music, and our objective is to be sure that not only they're satisfied, but they're happy with what we do. Coming in, performing, having musicians come that are so professional, bringing their A game. And so we've been able to do that through Brentwood, through the Old Pasadena Summer Festival, and several different private events and hosted events by community organizations as well. So in selecting, you were able to also meet and develop relationships with a lot of additional musicians that you had met along the movement in Los Angeles. And we had the opportunity to do a lot of things in where I was living at the same time. Our city, Pasadena, was really just rocking Pasadena up.
Yeah. Oh, Pasadena, yeah. It used to seem like a long way away, like you were driving far, to go to Pasadena to work, But now we got Riverside and Orange County, but things are spread out so much out here. But it's still great musicians, man. That's what I love. Yeah. Great musicians come in here. And so it's just a place to be.
Yes. What I want to do, I'm going to talk about our run even in Long Beach, but I'm going to ask this expert, our host behind the scenes, our genius of creation, Mr. Kijana Owens with Success Express, to show some of the work that he's been doing, developing clients and supporters for this broadcast and many others. So, Kijana, just let loose. I want folks to
Hi, my name is Kijana Owens. I am co-founder of Success Express Marketing Solutions. Our business is cultivating more business for your business. I want to tell you real quick about our program that is one of the most comprehensive business development online marketing support programs out there, which is the VASP, VASP, Virtual Assistant Support Program. This system allows you to operate and run your business while we help monitor and help you cultivate more business for your business online. Contact us at 909-686-1698 and visit us online at successexpressmarketing.com. jazzonemusic.com. Look forward to helping you take your business to the next level.
Wow. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
You know what, Steve?
Uh-huh.
Before we go to that, Kijana, hit that video. I think it's a little short clip. I just want to show what we're doing in the Jazz Zone, especially with Stephen Foster. Now, that was something else.
That's nice.
Yeah, Stephen Foster in the mix. Stephen Foster, you pulled.
Thank you.
See, these are some of the great musicians that he pulled together to make sure that that event was awesome. And I wanted to do that because it's always when I introduce Stephen Foster, it's Stephen Foster 3 times. Like Stephen Foster, Stephen Foster, Mr. Stephen Foster, our musical director on drums.
Thank you, Roscoe.
Yes.
Yeah, that just shows you. LA is full of great musicians that are touring and coming in and out of town, and that's what we put them together. And there's always they love the Jazz Zone, and Jazz Zone. You can't just put one type of music on it because we do whatever the audience or whatever they would like. That's what we put together.
Mm-hmm. You know, and in that, having the Jazz Zone Networks is a network of musicians that, depending upon the event, depends upon the selection that Stephen Foster makes to get the right musicians for the right positions for the right gig.
There you go.
Did I say that right, Steve?
Yeah, you sure did. Sure did.
you know.
Excellent.
And see, my part is to hurry up, get it, and get out the way, and let Stephen take over and create the energy. We generally do a couple of 2 or 3 sets. That's, you know, and right there, those were 3 of the musicians that we've used: Stu Perlman, and
Hilliard Wilson on bass.
Hilliard Wilson, that bassist,
Yeah. Right.
And often we get the opportunity to even showcase the musicians by the opportunity for them to do solos within the events.
Yeah.
So that works it as well.
But just for the clarification, that event, you know, was featuring the Jazz Zone. So there's clubs galore, and so when we're not doing what people call casuals, we do the clubs, and
that's right.
It's always that was dinner and jazz. So you know,
that's right.
It's
we had another clip of Stephen Foster. I think it's out at Roscoe's Jazz Lounge, where we talk about the movement of not only being in Pasadena and surrounding areas. We're out in Long Beach at the Roscoe's Jazz Lounge. I don't know if you have a clip of that, Kijana, as well. Give the drummer some.
Yeah, that brings back some good memories because
Yeah.
that situation they wanted real jazz, and so the club owner wanted real jazz.
So we give them what they asked for at a high level.
And
That was, yes, sir.
And you remind me of something else. I remember Michelle Obama one time, so that was a totally different situation.
Totally different. We played for Michelle and Mr. Obama when they were running for president, which was I call it a badge of honor for us in the Jazz Zone. And then I'm going to say this too, because Stu Perlman was was a musical director as we got ready to do something for Mr. Biden before he became president too, right, in Pasadena.
That's right.
What I say is we have been blessed to be able to play for two of the presidents prior to them being presidents. I know we had something to do with that.
Isn't that something? It's funny. Yeah, I remember when we played with Biden, and I just looked, and he was 20 feet from me, but like you said, he wasn't president then. He was running for president. But
even our governor of
that's right,
the state of California,
exactly,
performed for him as well. So we had wonderful people that was referring us because of our ability to bring our A game and play a variety of music by selecting a variety of musicians through our network to give the best. Because when you call the Jazz Zone, you're getting the A+ game going down.
Right.
We're on look good, we're in black and white, on time, ready to hit. Mm-hmm. So if you're watching this video and you see some of the interaction that we're having, then please allow us to be there. What I want to do is take the time right now and give room for our sponsors, because we're looking for sponsors. We're looking for folks that want to assist us in continuing to move through with the Jazz Zone Network. Kijana, show some of the sponsors that have supported Success Express and the Jazz Zone.
Gotta get it your way, your way, your way. Come and get it, gotta get it your way, your way, your way. Come and get it, gotta get it your way, your way, your way. Come and get it, gotta get it your way. I'm feeling kinda hungry, need a sandwich from your plate. Gotta get up now, I gotta get the highway. So I get in the car and I get out the driveway. Now I'm riding down the street cause I'm headed to your way. Cause it's the best sandwich I ever tasted in this world. I'm gonna tell everybody about it, every boy and girl. Let me come in your way. Because I want a sandwich, wanna put it in my face. Order online, you can pick it up. Curbside pick up, that's what's up. I'm going to your way, gonna bring it my way. Wanna do it every day, that's what the people say. Your way, your way. Come and get it, gotta get it your way. Your way, your way. Come and get it, gotta get it your way. Your way, your way. Come and get it, gotta get it your way. Your way, your way. Come and get it, gotta get it your way.
Success Express Marketing Solutions presents your virtual video podcast studio. Let the Success Express team help bring your podcasting dreams to life. Here's what we do. We help you come up with show ideas, design graphics for your show, set up your podcast studio, and run the back end of your show. So what do? Be ready for your show. Make sure your guests are ready. Log into the virtual studio, turn your cameras on, and go. Not sure you're ready to go live on a monthly or a weekly basis? You can get the Try Us Out Success Special. It's only $97 with free design setup. All you got to do is try us out, and I guarantee you're going to want more. So get set up today with your virtual video podcast studio from Success Express Marketing Solutions. So go online to Success Express MKTG, and we'll get you set up today. Sign up now and get our free ebook, Modern Podcasting, that'll teach you all the techniques you need to know to get your podcast started today.
Wow. You know, a lot of people look at those commercials and say, oh, yeah, I could be an advertiser. But the commercials were put together by Success Express. They got some information in, recreated the information, redisseminated, created the commercial for the client, and now they are here supporting us on this podcast from Success Express. But Success Express has about 6 different podcasts that they are doing. And so consequently, the ad that some of the supporters for the Jazz Zone are also being supported by some of the other podcasts that come out of the Success Express vault, I'll call it. Yes. So I wanted to express that.
No, very nice.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And, you know, the opportunity to be with you, Steve, through this pandemic. So we had to slow it down, cut it down, almost stop it. But the opportunity came up where everybody was Zooming. But Zoom allowed so much to happen. But the StreamYard, which Kijana had located, became very comparable in terms of understanding what it does to utilize it to support what we're doing. Yeah. Because the aspect of out of sight, out of mind. And our statement in the Jazz Zone is we make cool jazz sizzle and we're ready on day one. Yeah. So I want to complete this, but I want you to share, because not only did we get Mr. Stephen Foster as our musical director, we got blessed with Miss Linda Lee to be one of our featured singers in the Jazz Zone for many, many years. And I just wanted to extend that thank you to her and the rest of the Jazz Zone folk as well. Yeah. So close us out with your great thought, Steve.
Well, it's just that, you know, music is a beautiful thing, man. Everybody likes some type of music. And so like we do, some people like, they like vocalists, like you mentioned, Linda Lee. We use, and we got so many other vocalists that we use. Now, I shouldn't have said that because I can't think of them, but we use horn players. And so it's just depending on what you're doing. What you might be having an event, like I like the commercial there about the podcast. You know, people want podcasts now. It's something that people want. So you got a means to someone to help you do it, make your presentation. Same thing with music. Whatever you're doing, you're getting married, or you're opening up a business, and you want something to draw people to it, because music draws people. I call it's a language. You know, you can read it, you can write it, and you can sing it. Or vocalize it. So that's what a language do: read, write, speak. So it's a beautiful thing to be a part of. And whatever you're doing, however you want it, just like the podcast business, you know, that's right. However you want it.
That's right. You know, art, music, and the creativity, this interview series brings out all of that because it is culture, it is art, it is speaking, it is singing, it is playing, and it is the opportunity to entertain folk, especially right now. And I want to thank you, Stephen Foster, our musical director, for coming on. And, you know, we have several ways that we're utilizing our musicians in this network to be sure that we can. And I'm going to say this as well, because I know you were installed as one of the living legends of music through the Living Legend Foundation. And congratulations on that as well, Stephen Foster.
Thank you, Roscoe. I thank the foundation and you and Linda Morgan and all those that, you know, honoring or at least acknowledging the musicians of Los Angeles, because it's quite a great group of people.
Thank you very much. Kijana, you can take us out. I appreciate what you're doing with Success Express, man. You got it going on. The creativity of your commercials are awesome, and we're just going to continue to refer folks to come. And a lot of people need to utilize the podcast system. And Success Express, our business is to cultivate more business for your business. So that's where we are. Thank you again, Stephen Foster. Thank you, Mr. Kijana Owens and Success Express. And enjoy life with God's blessings. My name is Roscoe Lee Owens, and you have just come from the Jazz Zone, straight out of the Groove Yard.
Welcome to the Jazz Zone. Allow the Jazz Zone to make your next event enjoyable and entertaining. The Jazz Zone is great for private parties, weddings, festivals, fundraisers, grand openings, and corporate affairs. Move up to the next level of entertaining with the Jazz Zone. Check out our website at jazzzone.net. That's JAZZZONE.net. Or call the Jazz Zone at 626-798-6848.